Hello and welcome back to the Yu-Gi-Oh! National Championships 2016. I have here Will Lucas. Hey Will, how's it going?
Yeah, good, thank you. Yourself?
I'm good.
Perfect.
Let's talk about that match that we just saw of yours.
Yes,
That was really good. Right,
Yeah.
let's talk about the elephant in the room first that everyone's been talking about in chat.
Yep.
The archery and eccentric moment. I must say, I've seen a lot of feature matches now, and I must say that in that area it gets quite intense. People, sometimes they're really trying hard to win a game, and that just happens sometimes.
Yeah. Basically, on one hand, I don't think it would have actually made that much of a difference.
I do agree with you. But
I fully, as soon as it was pointed out, I completely apologised, and we said we want to try and sort something out. But I began everyone on stream and pro. I apologise for that. I'm sure people will be pulling me up on that. But
no,
as I said, I don't think it actually affected the game state in any way, shape or form.
No, because I think you had enough to attack over the thing. I'm not anywhere near condoning that we should.
No, unfortunately, yeah.
We try our best
up,
to make sure.
Fault.
But anyway, right, let's get on to the awesome deck list. Why did you decide to play? You always play something a little bit crazy.
I always play something weird. I don't really like to play meta just because I like to come to nationals and have a bit of fun.
Yeah, exactly.
But Counter-Rose is always a deck that I absolutely love. Obviously with Card of Demise being out, Card of Demise makes the deck so quick and allows you to basically regenerate all of your resources, because you can go through your resources very quickly. In that game, it was a bit of a slower one, but if you go up against anything like Performing Pal, Magicians, or anything like that, you can speed through your back row very quickly.
Yeah.
So the card demise is really amazing, but overall, yeah, the deck it was a little bit of a weird one, to be honest. But I was going to play School Servant because that's one of my all-time favorite decks.
Oh yeah, I know that.
and Herald, but I decided against it because I'm waiting for a certain archetype to come out for that. But I decided with Counter because I felt that it was actually not a bad shout against the meta, to be honest. So
yeah, especially with Card of Demise and Pot of Duality, that combo really digs, doesn't it?
That really helps me. The amount of times that I'll open up or draw into a Card of Demise with Pot of Duality or vice versa, it's a big blowout because I can normally get at least a monster on the board or an Ariadne and then fill the back row.
Yeah, I think me and Matt were paying attention to how many life points and costs you just didn't pay for.
It was amazing. I love it.
By the time you'd finished that second game, Ariadne was just paying for a whole holiday of traps.
I'm pretty sure I paid for 2 jewels worth of life at that point. I was just going through it.
You could have used his life points as well, and you'd have been there and done that. So Prohibition, that was a big one.
Prohibition.
I could tell you had it in your hand and you kept going.
I was really unsure what to call.
I don't know what to call.
The idea behind calling the pantheism was simply because he had gone through so many pantheism. And I wasn't really scared of the Stormforth because I had the Curse Seal down and I wanted to keep...
And I
had Masker Restrict.
Yeah.
So I knew that I was alright on that front. I needed to stop his draw engine, and that was the idea behind it. So Pantheism was kind of, once I looked at his graveyard again, it was no choice really. Had to go for that, and it worked out and just pretty much how I wanted it to.
It really thins their deck down as well, doesn't it? So you didn't want him to be able to get to...
I didn't want him to get to that Twin Twister that hit me first turn. As soon as he flipped that, I was like, no, this isn't well.
I had Bat sat next to me, and he was like, did that Drastic Drop Off just hit that Twin Twisters? When you hit Twin Twisters with Drastic, we were like, whoa, that's a massive deal.
That's another one. Drastic Drop Off. Not a lot of people realise how actually good that card is because it stuns a lot of people. It also works not just in the draw phase when people search, and if you have Bountiful out, it's an instant draw. So it's just a bit of deck thin, and every little helps. With that.
I mean, I tried playing this deck. As soon as you get Artemis, Ariadne, and then just even Drastic Drop Off, you're drawing a card, and you're able to get all your counter traps down really quickly. Yeah. And as long as your opponent doesn't get over a certain amount of cards in their hand, you're always going to be able to stop stuff.
It's so good, and honestly, the Ultimate Providence is insane in this deck. Just with the Ariadne, it's game winning.
It's just Infernity Barrier, but a little cheaper.
Very cheaper, exactly. Because I could get to Ariadne very easy. In the second game, drawing into the Luster was at that point. I was like, I've got control of this duel now. So
you really needed that. So what? Tell. So you're playing the other Banisher of the Radiance.
Yeah. So the idea behind having Fossil Diner, I have 2 Fossil Diner main decked, and then the Banishers in the side. The reason being was I felt that Fossil Diner instantly hits more decks straight away, as opposed to Banisher. Banisher is one of the cards that's a bit of a sleeper card. They have to do something before they actually get hit by it. Whereas Fossil Dyna will just straight away stop your opponent.
Big impact.
And in my previous round, I actually had Fossil Dyna Moon Mirror Shield against Pepe, so that wasn't very nice. But it just shows that it's actually a really good card. So all these old stun cards are still really good.
Yeah, I thought to myself when I saw them both, I was like, I wonder if he's ever managed to have Banisher on the field and play Fossil Dyna against like a full board of Cosmo ships.
No, not normally, because unless it's Cosmo, for example, the two will only work against certain decks, so I never really have them in normally.
That would be a great combo to see.
That'll probably be amazing, yeah, especially with Ariadne Lust. Let's just go in, yeah.
Yeah, that's great. But no, it's really good to... You were obviously at last year's Nationals as well.
Yes, I was.
How much do you like the venue? I really love this venue.
I actually really like it. The thing that I like about it is it's really open and airy, so it's just nice. It doesn't get too hot, and obviously the officials table in the centre is quite nice, like the Eye of Sauron.
You always know where you're going.
Yeah, Eye of Sauron, keep everything in check. But no, it is really nice, and it's just logistically just really nice. I actually really like the event, so
cool. That's good to hear. Right, so good luck with the rest of your matches.
Thank you very much. Thank you for having me.
And we're going to be back with more live stream content very, very shortly. Catch you guys soon.
See you later.